listening to In Between the Lines podcast with Shamar and Jay. Nothing is out of bounds.
Yo, it's the In Between the Lines podcast. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. You are the Pod Squad. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Jay.
Yo, bro.
What's going on?
Man, let's talk some football.
All right, let's talk some football.
Simple question.
Uh-huh.
Inquiring minds want to know, at least locally,
Okay.
do the Eagles have enough to repeat?
We lead in the NFC. We've beaten the best teams. No? Okay, I thought you was going to say something. We find a way to win. That's just how we do. It's nothing too much different from last year to this year as far as finding ways to win. I think we do have enough. And we've beaten teams and we're not even at our best as far as performing on offense. We just find ways to win. That's one of the great things about Jalen Hurts. He could not be having a game. The offense could be off, whether it's running or passing, but he's a winner. And that's what you want. And do we have enough to go to the Super Bowl? Absolutely. We've already proven that halfway through the season. Can we win the bowl? Absolutely. You just got to polish a few things up. So to answer your question, yes, we have enough to go back to the Super Bowl.
Well, let me give you my opinion, man, from what I'm looking at thus far.
Okay. And who's your team?
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that the people knew this when they hear.
No, I see what you're doing. It's okay. I see what you're doing.
Okay.
Anyway, no, honestly, just as a football fan, I will say Eagles are finding a way to win. Sometimes it's ugly. But I say the offense, from what I'm looking at and what I'm looking at throughout the league, there's no consistency in the offense, which you got to question, this late in the season, like, okay, when that engine start rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like when we got more balance on the offense, when is A.J. Brown playing a bigger role within the offense week after week? I would say the defense has pretty much kept you on every game. The offense really hasn't been in a position to score a lot of points because the defense has played pretty well consistently. But offensively, that's why I asked the question. I just think there's no consistency in offense, and really, like, what's the identity of this team thus far after 9 games? The
identity is pass and run. I mean, you just got to execute better. There ain't no change in the identity. Identity has always been the same. Run the ball. That's why even though Saquon ain't got it, he still get the carries. Yeah, you just don't get the yards.
The numbers are not there.
But the identity is run the ball and pass when you need to, and that's what we've been doing. Now, has it been working as fluently as it was last year? No, we still averaging 25 points a game. And that's defense is still holding them to what they were supposed. Defense is shaped up since they started off shaky.
Yeah.
Defense is shaped up. Now the offense just got to shape up and just clean some stuff up. As far as A.J. Brown,
problem.
Is he a problem?
Problem.
He is a problem. Well, he's a problem to himself. He's not a problem to us. We're going to still do it because we're going to still do what we did. We're going to keep the main thing. And we're still going to do what we need to do. We're going to run our offense. So when people say ain't got an identity, well, if you look at it, like I said, we still running the ball no matter what, even if it ain't working, and we still going to pass the ball and go over top when we need to.
Well, a lot of teams are playing y'all too high safety because of the threat on the outside at receiver. I just think when y'all trying to just force the ball with the run, I just think the running lanes just haven't been there consistently at all. I mean, how many games has Saquon Barkley ran for over 100 yards? I think one thus far this year.
One thus far.
Again, is that the offensive line? Is the play calling? That's what I'm saying. Like, the balance is not there like it was last year. It's just, and 9 games in, I'm just saying, like, teams like that I'm watching, the Rams were like a problem.
We beat them.
Yeah, they like a problem. A different team then. They like a problem right now. That's a different team.
It was not. They was rolling when we played them.
And you didn't look great because I watched that game. You didn't look great against the Rams. The Rams, that front four gave y'all some headaches.
And we gave them headaches.
First, Lamb in the middle linebacker, just a solid team. And play calling over there, a whole different level, man. Sean McVay.
Then why we beat them every time?
Because it's football.
Every time?
Football. It's football.
All right.
And I'm not going to listen. When you sit there and say every time, a lot of times the game going to come down 1 or 2 plays, whether you make them or you don't. The reality is this. The talent is there from the Rams. I'm just saying, like, throughout the NFC, to me, just watching their balance with them being able to run and pass, defense very good. I think that might be the Eagles' biggest threat.
Well, they're probably the second best team in the NFC, so yeah, they should be our biggest threat.
Watch out for Seattle. I don't even know what that is up there quite yet, but it look like a problem.
Nah, it don't look like a problem. Not for the Eagles.
Shit,
it don't look like a problem.
Wait, do y'all face Seattle this year?
Only in the playoffs. Okay. If they get there.
Okay.
But again, these teams that everybody's always saying as juggernauts, we played a lot of them, so we've beaten them already, and You can't take that away. However it look, I don't care however it look in the Super Bowl. If we win, we win. When we lost the Super Bowl, it looked great.
Yeah, he did.
It looked great. It was a great Super Bowl, but we lost. So I don't care how it looked. So I want to tell one more thing. I do have one issue with AJ Brown. AJ Brown, you need to just cut the nonsense out, right? And the most important thing I need to do, you have a tail, and I think and this tail
has a what?
A tail. That's basically how you can tell somebody's somehow how you can decipher something like, oh, he has a tail, so he does this in this situation, he does that in this situation.
Okay.
How they can?
You mean like a pattern of something?
Yeah, but they call it a tail.
Okay, all right.
So he has a tail when he's in the huddle, and I've been watching it the past couple weeks, basically all this season. And it's when a run call is played, he leaves the huddle just a little early before everybody else. And I was watching this guy. I said, "This game that I'm watching now," he said, "I'm gonna see if my theory is right." And my theory was right. I was sitting there watching the game. I was like, "This probably is going to be a run." And it was every time he left the huddle early, it was a run unless they audible to this assignment. So defenses, they look at film. So if I'm picking this up as a person, I know defense is picking it up. So if they looking at the huddle and they say, "Well, if AJ Brown breaks the huddle before everybody else, most likely it's a run." And that's probably how they shut down, because if you're looking at when we run, especially last game, they was already starting to blitz. So you already got a tell when the guard slaps the center. The hike is about to happen.
Yeah.
So you combine that with knowing that it's most likely going to be a run. The run should be easier to stop. And I think, and that's been happening all season. It just dawned on me that like 3 games ago, I was like, yo, I think this is what's happening. And I think defenses have caught on to it. Just like defenses caught on, like 49ers caught on to our tell we had when we played them. We're like, oh, they was calling out our plays and they knew what we was doing, and they knew how if we lined up like that and they had the eye motion, they knew what plays it is. It's the same thing. So AJ Brown, stay in the pocket till the play is done when everybody breaks and breaks, so the team maybe can have some better success. That's my issue with AJ Brown. I understand he's not getting the ball, but he's still a great asset on the team because they still got to respect him.
Yeah.
Just like on the deep throw, that was because of AJ Brown. You know what I mean? The quarter safety stayed down to cover him on his in route, and that left the top open.
Yeah, the attention he's going to draw.
Yeah. So in the cover 3, that was a beautiful find by Jalen Hurts.
I will say, like, Jalen Hurts has not been spectacular, but I can say, like, the way he plays the game, to me, he do just enough, bro. He's not going to overwhelm you with amazing plays. He's going to do exactly what's needed.
Yeah, he does exactly what's needed.
And that's that managing the game.
It's not managing the game; it's understanding the game.
Well, that's part of managing the game.
But when you say managing the game, that's a slight. That's not managing.
No, that's
the game.
how you taking it. Tom Brady was a great manager of the game. Okay, truly, he was.
All right.
From manipulating the play clock to getting in and out, all that's part of managing the game.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't a playmaker, just made plays, but Tom Brady wasn't a playmaker. He managed the game accordingly. And that's not a slight. Jalen Hurts, again, his numbers just not going to overwhelm you, bro. That's not his game. But when it comes to execution, when the play call is right, because I will say this, your play call has been very suspect. And I think your offensive line it's not the same as last year. It's not as good as it was. I think that has a lot more to do with the run than AJ Brown giving out signals. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, of course. You still have Steen in there, who's not as good as Beckham as good as Beckham is, and what that was in our system. That was a major loss. But outside of that, you know what I mean? Like I really think that's it. And I think they keying on, like last year, they was keying on stopping the wide receivers and they let Saquon go wild. This year they're keying on Saquon and
you got to
make it. So it's just switched around. They just got to execute better. It'll be some plays that's open, but every receiver, every quarterback misses plays, especially when you got people sending full house blitz. That's why they send them.
I will say this too: your offense, and you might want to knock on wood on this, has not been hit with the injury bug.
We actually have.
Well, offensive line.
Offensive line.
Yeah, but I'm talking about to the skill position players. Like Saquon's been healthy. I thought that hamstring was about to go left one a couple weeks ago, but I just think, like, overall, come playoff time, it's going to be very competitive because I don't see no separation in NFC as far as teams and talent.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. It's wide open. When you ask who's going to be the Super Bowl champ, it's wide open, really.
Right now, yeah. That's part of the parity in the NFL, which if you're a football fan, you got to love that. But, normally this is where teams start to separate, but I just don't see that happening because that NFC West, bro, you got 3 teams right there at 6-2. Rams, 49ers, and Seattle.
49ers is fool's gold.
You can say what you want. I'll say this, though. You can't even name a wide receiver on that team. Somehow they are winning consistently. Their quarterback play through injury with Mac Jones, resurgence with Brock Purdy being hurt. That's coaching. That's Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, yeah, that's Kyle Shanahan.
That's Kyle Shanahan, bro.
But that's what Kyle Shanahan done. He's put any quarterback back there except Trey Lance, and they've looked solid. And had success. Yeah, so that's definitely Kyle Shanahan. That's why I say it's fool's gold, because just like last year, the previous year, it'll all fold in the playoff time.
Oh, man, it remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, he's found a way to always put a competitive team.
Oh, yeah, they're competitive.
On the field without having that marquee roster. You know, look at the Eagles roster compared to, the 49ers roster. Half of them names for you don't even know.
Well, that's because they all had to get paid and had to get out of there. They had a all-star team.
And I'll say this,
too.
They
just didn't get it done.
They made them cuts at the right time. They started slashing that roster at the right time. Like Debo Samuel, no slight on him, but he was on his last leg. He never played the whole season. Mm-hmm. So for him to be shipped to the Commanders, and then the other wide receiver, Ayuk, still ain't come back from ACL tear last year. The talent there, you can sit there and say on paper, not that great. I'm out some way. On Sunday, they come to play, bro. And I think that's just quarterback play with Mac Jones. Having an opportunity.
He's definitely him and Danny Dimes have both had a resurgence. It's going to be a hard comeback player of year award to the
Now, I think that might be fool's gold. And don't get me wrong, like buddy of mine, big Colts fan. Only black guy I know to be a Colts fan, but anyway. Swear to God. That's the first one I ever met. But I'll say this. They have a balanced attack over there, and if you look at that offense, very similar to the Eagles offense a few years ago. The coaches, what's his name? That was your former offense. Yeah. That offense looking kind of similar, bro. It's balanced. That RPO is popping. And they got good solid receivers on the outside, no game changers, and they play good defense. Colts look like they gonna be a problem.
Yeah, coaching matters. Definitely. I agree. So you get coaching with a solid person that's understanding of the system, and a coach can adapt to it, and a player can adapt to it. And I think that's key to winning. Back in the day, especially with the black quarterback, coaches didn't adapt to the black quarterback. They wanted the black quarterback to adapt to them.
Yeah, game changed. For sure.
So as the game, like you said, has changed and evolved, coaches have understand that the running and part of the athletic ability of the quarterback is just as important now as the passing ability. But all of it's key to understanding the game. So as long as you got a quarterback smart enough to understand the game, you should be good and somewhat good talent. You should be good. And like I said, with Daniel Jones you're looking at him under a new coaching system and a new play style, and he's looking good. So, and then you look at Saquon, who wasn't having a spectacular seasons at the Giants. You know what I mean? He was always a good player, great player, but he wasn't having seasons like he had. Give him a change of scenery under a different scheme and coach, and that's different.
He also got more talent around him, where he's not the focal point. In the Giants, in his time, I mean, he was the focal point. He was the offense.
Wasn't he there with Odell and all them?
Neither one of them could stay on the field at the same time because of injuries. Because of injuries, though. But Daniel Jones came up through all of that. But again, he never had that kind of talent around him, Saquon nor Daniel Jones. So it's ironic. And speaking of the Giants, they just fired their coach, Brian Dable. I would say a year too late, but I really think the general manager should have won and got the fucking hook because he's been awful.
He's actually drafted well, though.
Up it's like this, his draft picks, they ain't hit yet.
Malik Neighbors?
Okay, that's all you got? He been there 3.5 years. That's all you got. They ain't hit yet.
Scatterboo?
They ain't hit all the way yet. He hit for a couple games. Who?
Dart?
Too early.
They look like they hitting.
Too early.
All the defensive linemen.
They ain't hit yet.
What?
They ain't hit yet.
Yo, you tripping.
Okay, how many sacks did Abdul Carter got? Abdul Carter, number 2
I'm talking about the guy before him.
Okay, you talking about the boy from Oregon. They ain't hit yet.
They hit.
They just talking about trading him.
They had the best defense. They were rated the best defensive line before they drafted Abdul Carter.
Okay, so where the fuck is the talent? Because it ain't showing up.
They don't have linebackers. They didn't have
the linebackers is the second level. That front four should be dominating.
They were the best. They were the best defensive front last year.
Shit, bro, it's a new year. They ain't hit yet. Only one hit up there is Dexter Lawrence. He the only one, and he been there he on his second contract. So I don't think he drafted him.
I don't think he drafted it either. But
they not, bro. They ain't hit yet.
He's drafted well.
Okay, they need to produce.
His tight end inside, like he's drafted well. That's why I've been coaching. That's why they fired the coach because they ain't producing.
Well, I'll say this: what's ironic about that? Brian Dable is shit. He helped birth Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Yeah.
His coordinator for 3 years. So and had him playing superior football. So I can't say
is Brian able to play caller too?
No, he was not. He handed that over. In Buffalo, he was though. But he got Josh Allen to the level he's at now, and Joe Brady just running with Josh Allen talent. He can win a game by himself, damn near, which is different today.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. The NFL is a weird place sometimes.
Let me send a shout out to AJ Brown, and I'm doing that because they played Green Bay Sunday night or Monday night.
It was Monday night.
Monday night. He wore red wristbands. Eagles do not have red nowhere in their uniform or in their organization, but he did that with suicide awareness. Dallas Cowboys, number 94, Marshawn Nealon, unfortunately committed suicide. So for AJ Brown to show some love and I guess bring everybody's attention to suicide awareness, he wore red wristbands. So show some love to AJ Brown. He ain't that disgruntled.
He's getting $31 million. He shouldn't be disgruntled.
You got a point.
Shit,
But no, that was fly though. I fuck with that. Show some class.